Welcome to HumanityWins.net. Please read the important disclaimer on your screen. All of the content provided is for entertainment purposes only. It should not be taken as medical or legal advice. Please contact your doctor or lawyer if you require such advice. Thank you. The show starts right now. Hello, welcome to this new show, HumanityWins.net. This is episode 282 from January the 5th of the year 2024. Today's a Friday. And today's episode is Do We Review Our Life After Death? This is kind of an expansion from episode 255 on Who Do We Truly Are, Life After Death episode. I'm actually going to use the same support video, only I'm going to use a much shorter clip because recently I was in a social gathering and this concept of what are we doing here? What is really our purpose on this life? Is this a test? Is this a school? All of these valid, ideas, valid concepts that is Earth a school, like a school planet? Do we come here to learn? Do we come here to expand? Do we come here to raise our consciousness? Do we come here to suffer and learn lessons? That one I don't particularly resonate with. I've shared many times. I don't think suffering is in the cards. Suffering is, the spirit never suffers, okay? So suffering has to be something physical. And anything you can tell me about the physical body, with all due respect, I don't think is long time wisdom, long time learning is not. It's just something that helps us traverse this reality, to exist in this reality. This physical, three-dimensional reality, you need a human body if you're going to be a human, okay? So the suffering is through the body, and I don't think it's in the cards. Let's just leave it at that. So it's going to be a short Friday episode because really there's not much to say. I'm just going to, as always, give you my feelings, my intuition. Do we have a review of our experience immediately after we terminate the experience? Again, this concept of death is not really like that. It's not, you're not going to be dead forever, and you're not just going to analyze your life. I attach to the school of thought, to the idea that we go through many, many lives. We make many, many mistakes. There's suffering, especially on this type of lower density realities, on these lower vibrational realities, because it's by design, it's how the planet is. Is there someone to blame? Here we go again with the culprit, savior, victim, and vicious cycle. We shouldn't attach to that. It is what it is. Let's just leave it at that. And as I shared on the show I did a couple of weeks ago on worry and pain, there are things that you suffer through your body, okay? Worry is something that affects your stress or something that affects you through your body. It's a physical emotion. And pain, especially related with debilitating disease or a traumatic disease such as cancer, is also something, something that no one wants to experience. Actually, that's the reason you take pain killers or pain medicine. And it's something that just doesn't allow you to operate in this reality. Because again, we are a body and a spirit. It's like a spirit wearing a body. And if the body is having pain, is having worry, it's very difficult to operate in this reality, no matter how at peace the spirit is. Okay, that's why I also believe that both the spirit and the body start diverging on their agendas. And as the body wants to keep going, and as the body wants to extend infinitely its life, the spirit is ready to leave, has learned maybe what it had to learn on this experience, and is ready to leave. Okay, and that's why sometimes people die in strange circumstances. And some people are very afraid in the moment of death because their body is always gonna keep going. It's very important. It's a primal directive of the body. I need to keep going because if I die, it's the end for me. I become matter, and I don't like that. Okay. Really, this concept some people have that when you die, it all goes to blackness, and that, yes, for the body. I agree completely. For the body is the end. Okay. It's just we have to put the spirit component in there. The spirit leaves the body, and the spirit goes somewhere else. And the purpose of the show is what happens immediately after that. Do we have this review? Let's look at this 1 minute video, less 50-second clip that I took from this excellent, much longer video, which as I suggested on episode 255, I suggest in this case that you look at the full, complete interview of the gentleman that had a near-death experience, because extremely beautiful and interesting stuff. Let's watch it together, and I'm going to give you my final thoughts.
I don't know, creepy is the right word, but they look different. But for me, they were sweethearts. And they were saying things like, how was it? What did you learn? What can you tell us? And I was extremely confused. All of a sudden, I was in this place with these beings from a cartoon, basically. And one of them stepped forward and he took a long look at me, and then he turned to the other two and he said, he doesn't remember us. And they all started giggling. And I was like, well, guys, I'm having a little trouble. All of a sudden, things are very strange from my perspective, you know. And I kind of remember you, but give me a little time. And they were giggling and bouncing around.
Okay, as I said, it was going to be a very short part. I suggest you go, the link is going to be on the show notes, on the video description. I suggest you go and watch this full video. You haven't seen it from episode 255, which has used a much longer clip from that video, 8-9 minutes. Explains completely that he had an accident. He was a firefighter. He had an accident. He was in a coma, and during the coma, he had this near-death experience. So let's use this case as reference, and the other people that have had similar experiences. Are we questioned by our guides? Are we going to review our life? I think so, yes. Okay, I think so, yes. I think it's part of the learning process. I think it's a part you're also very humble. Remember, you're in a spirit state, so ego is not there. I mean, the ego, the good ego, okay, the spiritual ego, which is much different than the physical ego, that the mind ego, that, that's always covering its own butt and trying to, always talk his way out of problems. On this case, you are very relaxed, very humble. So yes, you're probably gonna admit all the mistakes you have made and say, well, that's probably also the stage when you make kind of these soul contracts. Remember the show on soul contract, like saying, hey, let's try this together with someone else or something like that. And what I believe is I shared on episode 255 on the near death experience episode that I believe what this person was in front of his guides. And I do believe we have spiritual guides. Okay, some people unfortunately call them misguides, call them demons. That, makes me a little bit sad because they're so beautiful. The guides are all about being a beacon of love and guidance, and just that, giving you love, giving you guidance. They don't interfere. They respect the laws of the universe. They don't interfere with you. If you don't want to hear them, you're not going to hear them. If you don't want to talk to them, you're not going to talk to them. If you don't want them to affect your life at all, they're not gonna guide you. They're not gonna suggest you. But as I was talking to a friend, as I said, on a social environment, he said he's starting to feel this intuition and that, and I say embrace it, because that's your guides, and your primal guide is yourself. From the future is your best version, is your higher self, is you as a beacon of love and guidance, being allowed to come back and help out this earlier version of you that still needs a lot of guidance and help. And that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That really listening to your own intuition, listening to yourself is such a beautiful thing. And I want to clarify this evaluation kind of this explaining, what do you learn? What do you learn? Remember, mistakes are fine. Okay, we learn through mistakes, not to suffering. Mistakes don't equal suffering. Suffering doesn't equal a mistake necessarily. Okay, mistakes is a different thing. Mistakes is just, you're not going to be perfect. And in the moment you actually feel so imperfect, in the moment you feel so humble, the moment you feel, you know what, I'm never going to get it, but I'm always going to keep trying. I always want to try to follow my own morality. I'm always going to try just to be this best version of me. That's the moment. That's the moment the universe says you're ready. You're ready to become a beacon of love and guidance. You're ready to become an angel. You're ready to become a guide. Okay. So it's so, I know, funny and beautiful and lovely that, you go to your guides and you don't remember them, and the guides are like, come on. Try to embrace your guides. Okay. If they're not going to speak to you necessarily, I've heard many variations. Some people hear voices. Again, that could be a little bit of a red flag. Some people get intuition. That's my case. I sometimes just wake up and there's things there in my mind. Okay. And I have no explanation where they are from. And I've been told that's basically through my sleep state, I discover this wisdom, this intuition in me. Sometimes I'm just out there, walking, driving, working in my office, talking to someone, and things come to me. It's not a voice. I don't hear a voice. Okay. It's just, I know it. I cannot explain it. Okay. That's the way it works for me, but it's beautiful. And once you attach to the idea of following your intuition, following your guides, following really this, yes and no explanation situation is so beautiful. Should I do this? No. Oh, wait, but no, there's not going to be an answer. There's not going to be an explanation. It doesn't have to make sense. That's it. It's such a beautiful way just to be in control of your life, being completely free, I believe, because you have freed yourself from the mind that is the one that is always going to be out there questioning your own intuition. Is similar to the ego and the self thing, but as I shared, I believe there's an artificial ego through our minds, through our brains. I believe that natural ego is beautiful. It's just this imperfect companion to the self, that if the self gets a little bit ahead of itself and, starts feeling that we're well on their way to becoming this perfect version of us, the ego is always there to remember, no self, we're not there yet. Let's be humble. We're still imperfect, and that's beautiful, because that's That's the process of the universe, to go from being imperfect to perfect, to go discovering our wisdom, to go discovering our own morality, to go discovering the way to really behave like we should behave in respect of the laws of the universe, in respect on how our Father, the Creator, the Source, wants us to behave, to make a better universe, to make the universe of love, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this short Friday episode. If everything's okay, I shall see you back on Monday. Enjoy your weekend any way you want. And if you have 5 minutes, talk to your guys, talk to the universe. Say, hey, I'm here. Show me something. Give me something. And again, don't expect any voices. Don't expect anything. But I can assure you, you keep trying, they're going to find a way to get in contact with you. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Thank you very much. Have a great day. See you back on Monday. Thank you for making it to this part of the video. This is my favorite part. This is where I suggest to you that you discover yourself. You are not what you have been groomed to believe. You are this incredible being without limits that has eternal life, amazing strength, infinite wisdom, and a big, beautiful heart. All your limits are always self-imposed. Your best version in this reality is inside you. Your only mission on this life is to become a beacon of love and guidance. This version is ready to be discovered today. How do you discover yourself? The discovery process is a personal one. No one can do it for you. Dedicate 5 minutes a day to talk to yourself and the universe. Request to be connected and ask, who am I? Where do I come from? You will start getting signs, breadcrumbs, and signals. You will notice how your notions about those realities start disappearing. No more hierarchies, no more competition, no more complaining, no more depending on others. Discovering yourself equals to breaking your matrix. Your self-imposed limits will fall, and you will be ready to serve humanity and help break this spell and deception on us. But you must be patient to allow others to wake up at their time through their own free will. That will be really soon, you will see, and that will start a new world. As you work towards your best version, you will notice how all emotions don't serve you anymore. Hate, fear, rage, pride, loss, envy, violence, justice, true violence, judgment of others, and other emotions will disappear from your mind and heart. You will understand those emotions serve only the evildoers and are not you. Please try to be understanding of others that don't think or feel like you. Everyone has a process. No one is right or wrong. We're all just different. Don't be concerned about being right, ever. Don't allow pride preventing you from patching things up with family and friends. It is very important you enjoy this life with your loved ones. Put in the work to patch things up and leave it to others to decide. Please relax and enjoy life. When everyone breaks their own matrix, humanity through our community consciousness will break the final spell. The new world will start and everything will gradually fall. Governments, hierarchies, and the medical and financial system will go from scarcity to abundance for all. Thank you very much for watching. Please share this episode. If you have any comments or suggestions, please use the comment section below. For private questions, conversations, and if you would like to appear on the show, please email me at hey@humanitywins.net. Thank you again. Please don't forget to visit our website www.humanitywins.net. By giving me your time, you honor me. Have a very, very, very nice day.